Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony. Welcome back to home. Welcome to Interworldwide. I was going to do this video on my balcony, but I'm also conscious of strangers swimming in the pool behind me. And let's be respectful, right? You know who wasn't very respectful last night? Como. Because they played extremely well. Because they came to the San Siro and they suffocated us last night. They showed us no respect. Nor did they need to. Just because we're the champions. And they're having their first season back in Serie A in, 2.5, borderline 3 decades. They're coached by Cesc Fabregas, for God's sake. The guy who is a Champions League winner, a World Cup winner, a Euro winner. Cesc Fabregas is one of the footballers that was a part of an era that borderline did not lose. That Spanish team is quite rightly regarded as the best era of international football of all time. The Spanish team of 2008 to 2011-ish? 12-ish? They won Euro 2012 as well, didn't they? Yeah, so from 2008, the 2010 World Cup, 2012, yeah. But look at me talking about Spanish Cesc Fabregas like that's the point of the fucking video. Inter won a game of football yesterday against Como to keep us virtually at the top of the league. It was one of the worst first half performances I've seen. I remember about a year and a bit ago, we went to Torino, or did we host Torino? Something along the lines of Torino, and the first 45 minutes were absolutely awful. I was on my bucks, my stag do, as people call it. But this was even worse today. This was the worst first opening 45 minutes because I watched Manchester United the night before, and Inter played exactly like they did. Headless chickens running around, out of position everywhere. How many players were out of position in that first half yesterday? The amount of times where we should have won 50-50 midfield challenges, and then in order on the transition, we had nothing on the transition. Lautaro was forward, Thuram was wide. Let's face it, Alessandro Bastoni has to be the best left centre-back in the world in a back three. And even if you disagree with it, I need to ask the question, who makes a bigger impact in that position? Because as soon as we drifted him out of that position and made him play central centre-back yesterday, it looked a lot different. But I've got to credit him because his build-up was calm, complacent. Yeah, he might not have had the offensive impact that he would have had doubling up with Di Marco on the left-hand side, but I know what Inzaghi's doing. You guys know what Inzaghi's doing, yeah? He is prepping Bastoni to head the back three eventually. That's what I think. Pavard can't be trusted. He's going to keep getting injured. Acerbi, this is his last season with us. We'll be lucky if he plays. We'll be lucky if Francesco Acerbi plays 10 more games in an Inter jersey. And even then, be honest, do you see Acerbi even playing 10 more games for us? De Vrij had to come on yesterday for 17 minutes, even though he was only at about 65% match fitness. I'm glad he only had to play 17 minutes. I don't think Bisek was poor, but I think we could have used him in the middle as well. But at the end of the day, you don't cry over spilt milk, and all is well that ends well. First half, awful. I will say this, Augusto wasn't great in the first half, but he wasn't poor either. And his goal is a great goal. I didn't expect him to leap off the ground like that. I didn't expect him to be able to score a header from there like that. So big up to Carlos Augusto for his goal. And you can tell he loves this team. He loves scoring, man, because he's an offensive fullback at the end of the day. He loves to get forward, knows how to shoot, knows how to find an assist. And today, I believe he got his first headed goal for the club. I don't know if I've ever seen him score a headed goal before. Even if I haven't seen it, I'm not too sure if it's true. The good thing about the second half is that I didn't even have time to get nervous. I got up very quietly, went to the bathroom, came back, and as I came back, the corner was being lined up, and we score, and it's 1-0. And after that, we weren't poor, but at the same time, you got to give a little credit to Como because they didn't rest on that. Como didn't cop a goal at the San Siro and go, oh, woe is us, oh, shit is us, it's Inter 1-0, let's just cave it in the ass. They did not do that. They were pretty good. Even Fabregas said at the end of the game, you could smell something in the air, even at 1-0. Even at 1-0, we still thought there was something. They will probably survive relegation this season. Game goes on, subs are made. I was surprised that Inzaghi waited so long to make some subs, but I wasn't surprised in the substitutions that he made. Zielinski comes on for Barella, De Vrij comes on for Bisek, who copped a yellow in the first half. As I said, 17 minutes for De Vrij. Who else came in yesterday? Fratesi came in at like the 89th minute. I think Arnautovic came in as well, really, really late. I actually turned the game off with about 6 minutes to go because the Wi-Fi signal was that poor in my room. It was so glitchy. I thought it's just easier to follow the chats and follow live score. And I was extremely happy when I saw that it was 2-0. I was even happier when I saw that it was Thuram. And then just like the Inter community does, served up a HD goal highlight about 35 seconds, 45 seconds after the ball went in. And I just looked at that goal and went, oh yeah, the spirit of Adriano lives on in this brother at the San Siro. Big up to Adriano, our Emperor, who celebrated a beautiful milestone in that Inter-Flamengo joint fixture. I don't know if any of you saw it, but his grandma, I think, was it his mum or his grandma? I think it might have been his grandma who walked on the pitch and kicked the ball off with him. That's insane. Big up Adriano, man. A very emotional character, but one of ours for life. And Marcus Thuram, I think he's only 1 goal away from 13. Didn't he get 13 altogether last season? Marcus Thuram is having a season .5. I think if I was to actually deep it right now and you go, Anthony, Christmas, who are your top 3 players of the season so far? It has to be Nico Barella. And Marcus Thuram has to be in that front, have to be in that top 3. And the other one's probably Bastoni. Or Di Marco. I would say Hakan, but it's not Hakan this season. Yeah, I'm going to go with Di Marco / Bastoni, whichever one you guys want to put in. Let me know in the comments below. Let's get a nice little chat happening in these comments. Could be the last video before Christmas. In fact, it will definitely be the last video before Christmas. Might even be the last video before our next game because I'm off to another city tomorrow and I plan to be hella busy where I am. So altogether, I'm going to say that Christmas time, Buon Natale, Barella, player of the season so far, Marcus Thuram, second, and your choice of Di Marco Bastoni for third. Overall, 2-0, no complaints. Like I said in the chat yesterday, it's Christmas time. I don't care how you win a game. I don't care who it's against. You just win your game and you go and eat the panettone and drink the limoncello tomorrow. Okay? Thank you for a good year so far. I'm sure I'll check in before New Year's. Forza Inter Worldwide. I'll catch you guys soon. Ciao.